Flight is a drama starring Denzel Washington and directed by Robert Zemeckis. Here's the plot. Denzel plays a pilot named Whip Whitaker, who miraculously lands a plane that no one should have landed. But there's one catch. He's an alcoholic and he was drunk the entire flight. Sold yet? Yeah, I was too. But this film pains me, and here's why. If you aren't familiar with the director, Robert Zemeckis, he's made a few small films. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Romancing the Stone, Back to the Future, the entire trilogy, Castaway, oh yeah, and Forrest Gump. The guy knows his movies. Recently he has been doing some animation with his motion capture studio. He did Beowulf, A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey, and The Polar Express. Now, while many like those animation films, I find more can be said for his live action features. In Flight, aside from Denzel, the cast is Don Cheadle, John Goodman, Bruce Greenwood, among many others. And, everything about this film had me excited. All the pieces. The premise was great. The trailer really sold it for me. Obviously, a great cast. And the director is known for many of my favorite movies. Now, the only problem is all these pieces, these amazing pieces, didn't add up to a good whole. First off, the tone it's really bipolar. First, it's dramatic, and then it goes into like a really comedic, like making fun of the situation or toying with the notion of him being an alcoholic, in really weird ways, and it's funny, but it just feels inconsistent throughout. Also the music's kind of cliche. It's been done many times. The overall picture has a lot of story crammed into it, like a lot of unnecessary plot threads, characters that really would deviate from, in my opinion, the original thing. It should be about his alcoholism, but it's kind of about many other things. Like he has a love interest that kind of never really goes anywhere. He has like a broken family that's kind of like touched upon. And the biggest issue for me is the main character, as great as Denzel portrayed him, was so hard to root for. You got angry at him, and you should never get angry at your main character. That's who you're following along in the story. If you get tired of the guy, what's the point of watching? But having said that, like I said, Denzel was phenomenal. I would not be surprised if he ends up with a nomination for Best Actor come January. In summation, this film is hard to review. The actors are top notch. Like I said, the directing is perfect. Cinematography was awesome. Almost all of the elements are perfect. It's just the story in the end. That's what takes this film and withholds it from that higher echelon of quality. Because story to me is so crucial to the overall enjoyment, and it can't choose its tone, I have to give Flight 3 out of 5 stars. And Mr. Zemeckis, please stick to live action for a little while longer. I really missed you. Because you've made some of my favorite films, and I know you got more in you. For more of me, and completely unrelated comedy, check out our other channel, The Gutter Snipes. Right down here. Let's put it right there. Yeah. This is where you can find us being completely idiotic and not talk about films, but sometimes make fun of them. But alright, hope you enjoy the film.